What if I told you there's a board game so ancient, so unbelievably deep, that the world's smartest computers couldn't beat a human at it until 2016? Yeah, 2016. Like smartphones already existed, and this game, this old, simple-looking board game, was still beating machines. And here's the part that's going to mess with you a little bit. The actual rules of this game can be explained in about 5 minutes. 5 minutes! Most people think Go is this impossible, legendary game that only genius monks or chess grandmasters can understand. But that is completely wrong. Today we're breaking down exactly how to play Go, the traditional board game that's older than chess, simpler in its rules than checkers, and deeper in strategy than almost anything ever invented by humans. History, setup, how to capture pieces, how to score, all of it, right now. There's a rule in the middle of this video that almost every new player gets wrong, and honestly, it's the reason most people quit the game before they really understand it. We're covering that too, so don't skip ahead. Stick with me. Let's get into it. Okay, so let's start from the very beginning. What even is Go? Go is a two-player board game. One player uses black pieces, the other uses white. And the whole point, at its most basic level, is to surround more empty space on the board than your opponent. That's the game. That's the goal. Go was invented in China, and we're not talking a few hundred years ago. We're talking ancient China, over 2,500 years ago. Some historians think it could be as old as 4,000 years. To put that into perspective, chess, which most people think of as the oldest strategy game ever, is only about 1,500 years old. Go makes chess look like it was invented last Tuesday. After being invented in China, Go spread to Japan and Korea, and both countries went completely wild for it. Japan especially. Go became this massive cultural institution. Samurai played it, emperors played it, there were professional Go schools, dedicated masters, the whole thing. It wasn't just a game, it was the game. The board. A standard Go board has a grid of 19 lines by 19 lines. That creates 361 intersection points, and that's exactly where you place your pieces, not inside the squares like chess or checkers, on the crossings of the lines. The pieces in Go are called stones, black stones and white stones. Every single stone is exactly the same. And here's something that surprises almost every new player. The board starts completely empty. Neither player has pieces on the board at the start. You begin with a pile of stones and an empty grid, and you build from scratch. Black always goes first. Players alternate turns, placing one stone per turn anywhere they want. No restrictions. Hey, real quick, before we get into the really good stuff, if you're the kind of person who just wants to actually understand how games work without sitting through a confusing 45-minute tutorial, this channel was made for you. We explain board games, card games, all kinds of games as simply as possible. Hit subscribe, tap the bell, and if this is helpful, a quick thumbs up really does help. Alright, back to Go. Okay, here's where the game really starts to make sense. Everything in Go, and I mean everything, comes down to one single concept: liberties. A liberty is just an open intersection directly next to a stone. Up, down, left, right. That's it. Not diagonal, just the 4 direct neighbors. Now here's the big mechanic. If your opponent places their stones on every single open space directly next to your stone, meaning they've covered all your liberties, that stone gets captured, removed from the board, gone. And every stone your opponent captures counts as 1 point against you at the end of the game. But here's the really clever part. Stones of the same color that are touching each other share their liberties. They work as a single team. So if you've got a group of 5 connected black stones, your opponent has to fill in every single open space around the entire group before any of it gets captured. This is why you always want to connect your stones. Now let's talk territory. Territory is just empty intersections completely surrounded by your stones. If you build a wall of black stones around an empty area of the board, that empty area is yours. At the end of the game, you count up all the empty spaces inside your territory, add your captured stones, and whoever has the bigger number wins. Honestly, think of it like real estate. You're claiming land on the board. The player who owns more land at the end wins. And just like actual real estate, location matters, timing matters, and sometimes your neighbor swoops in and absolutely destroys your investment. We've all been there. All right, the basics are pretty clear, right? Place stones, build territory, capture enemy stones. But Go has two special rules you absolutely have to know, because if you skip these, you'll make illegal moves and the person you're playing with will give you that look. You know the one. Special rule number 1, the Co rule. Sometimes in Go, one player captures a single stone, and then the other player could immediately capture that exact stone right back, putting the board back to the exact same position it was one move ago. And then the first player captures again. Forever. You'd just be swapping the same stone back and forth for the rest of your life. The Co rule says you cannot make a move that puts the board back to the exact same position it was in on the previous turn. So if a Co situation comes up, you have to play somewhere else first, just one move elsewhere, before you're allowed to come back and capture that stone. Co situations create some of the most intense, dramatic moments in Go. Special rule number 2, no suicide moves. You cannot place a stone somewhere that would immediately have 0 liberties and can't capture anyone. You can't voluntarily play your own stone into instant capture. That's called a suicide move, and it's illegal. The one exception? If by placing that stone you also capture some of your opponent's stones in the same move, then it's totally fine. So how does the game actually end? The game ends when both players pass their turns one after the other. Player 1 says pass, then player 2 also says pass, and that means both players agree there's nothing useful left to do. No more territory to claim, no more stones to capture. The board is settled. Then you score it. Scoring. Count every empty intersection inside your territory, add any stones you captured from your opponent, and compare totals. There's also something called Comey, a small bonus of points given to white to make things fair, since black gets to go first. Comey is usually around 6.5 points. That 0.5 is on purpose. It makes a tie mathematically impossible. Before we wrap up, 2 genuinely useful tips for anyone who wants to actually try Go after watching this. Tip 1. Start on a 9x9 board. A full 19x19 board can feel completely overwhelming when you're learning, but a 9x9 plays the exact same game with the exact same rules, just smaller and faster. Games finish in minutes. Most serious Go players learned on a 9x9 first. Tip 2. Go for the corners first. Corners are the easiest territory to secure. Why? Because when your stone is in a corner, it only has 2 neighbors instead of 4, meaning your opponent has fewer places to attack from. Beginners who spread out thin all over the board tend to lose badly because they can never defend anything. Corner first, build from there. And that is Go, one of the oldest games on the planet. Rules simple enough to explain in under 10 minutes. Strategy so deep that professional players spend decades, full careers mastering it. It's one of those games where you're always learning something new, always finding a better move, and somehow always finding a creative new way to lose right when you thought you had it figured out. If you've ever wanted a game that you can learn in an afternoon but spend a lifetime exploring, Go might be exactly what you've been looking for. It's free to play online, there are apps to practice against a computer, and you can grab a physical set pretty cheaply. Seriously, give it a shot. Worst case, you spend an afternoon learning the oldest game in human history. Not bad.
Hey, if you made it all the way to the end of this video, seriously, thank you. That genuinely means a lot. Now, do me a favor, drop a comment down below and tell me, have you ever played Go before, or is this the first time you've even heard of it? I read every comment, I promise, and I love hearing from people discovering these games for the first time. If this video helped you understand Go, even just a little bit, hit the like button. 1 second. It helps way more people find this channel and learn how to play these amazing games. And if you want to keep learning how games work, board games, card games, party games, subscribe and hit the bell so you get notified every time we drop a new video. Oh, and share this with someone who's always been curious about Go but never knew where to start. Or that one friend who claims they know how to play but you've literally never seen them play. Either one works, honestly. See you in the next one.